Many people will swear that motorcycle traveling is something great. It will change your life, they say. And I will completely agree with this statement, but do you have the right reasons to start? In this video, I'm gonna share my thoughts on this topic. So if you have nothing to do, grab your favorite drink and stay with me. Welcome back. Let me say it this way. If you start with the wrong formula, it doesn't matter how hard you try, you will always receive a wrong result, right? It is crucial to have the right mindset, otherwise you'll be very disappointed. It is obvious that if we have the right or the correct information, it will help you a lot. But nowadays we're bombed with anything. It is very difficult to find what is true, what is not. I have been riding motorcycles since I was 14 years old. I started traveling around the world in 1999 with a motorcycle from 2009. I do believe that I have some experience and valuable information that I can share with you and eventually help you to make the right decisions. 2-3 minutes are gone and you may think that I'm just wasting your time instead of going straight to the point and creating this watch time, but I promise that everything that I have said will make sense later in this video. Alright, let me now tell you some of the most popular wrong reasons that people choose to start traveling. The first is to gain popularity on social media. This is probably the number one reason for 90% of the new travelers. They cannot wait to start traveling and post pictures and videos from some exotic destinations. No way, you might say, Pavlin, you overreact as usual, but it is enough to open your Facebook and Instagram and you'll see what I mean. Hundreds of young riders showing how wonderful it is to travel with a motorcycle. And don't get me wrong, I completely agree, it is wonderful. But social media does not make it better. It is exactly the opposite. It is like a drug. Many people got addiction to it. And it's very, very difficult to stop with it. Because it reacts exactly like a drug. You receive this dopamine from the likes of the people. And then all of this could ruin your life. And your trip and your life, of course. It is dangerous. You might not believe me, but I have a very close friend who told me, if I don't travel, I'm no one. Who is going to talk with me? I'm just a no one, a simple, ordinary guy. That difficult it is for him to stop, and that dangerous it is for his opinion and his vision about the world. He's basically living on Facebook, this artificial life or this fake reality, whatever you want to name it. Number two, to receive a lot of attention from women, men, people from around the world and so on and so on. Well, my friend, I'm here to tell you that if you had this problem, the problem with communication before, it will be exactly the same when you start traveling. It is not going to change because you are what you are. Some of the most important skills, how to find friends, how to communicate with people that you don't know, how to behave in different environments, I learned when I was a kid. So if you don't know until now how to react in these situations, you are not going to learn it just because you start traveling. Here I have to correct myself a little bit. If you travel long enough, you will finally learn some of these skills, how to communicate with people, how to find friends and so on, because the motorcycle trips are like a life on steroids. Everything is going very fast and you have so many different impressions and things, you're changing everything very fast. But this is not a reason to start traveling, if you understand what I mean. If you want only to improve your skills, you don't need to travel to do it. You can do it at your home. If the whole idea is to become the next great traveler that people will love, will like to meet, talk, touch, and discuss different motorcycle topics, it might never happen. Not because it is impossible, it will be because of you. Number three, to escape from boring daily routine. This is one of the reasons that I can qualify as a fair, but in my opinion, you should work to change your life for better instead of waiting the motorcycle trips to do it for you. Number four, to avoid problems that you might have at home. Well, it will help at least for a while, but the elephant in the room will be even bigger when you come back. In my opinion, it will be way better to try to solve these problems and then start traveling instead of going the other way around. Because they even say that when you have problems, you shouldn't ride a motorcycle. And traveling is not only riding, it is also logistic and a lot of different things. And when you have a big problem at home, it could ruin your trip. Number 5, man, I love this. To earn money from your motorcycle trips. Well, it looks so easy nowadays with all of this YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, anything. But believe me, it is not. It requires a lot of hard work, many hours. And many won't be able to handle it. Of course, there will be some unicorns that will be possible to rise very fast and start earning a lot of money, but most of you will be disappointed. Alright, you might be lucky and have one viral video that will send you straight on to the top, shortcut. But the moment's attention means nothing if you cannot hold it. It might be just too much if you're not ready to handle it, or to have exactly the opposite effect. Or as we say in Bulgaria, don't go into the forest if you're not ready to fight with the bears. With popularity comes also responsibility. When people follow you, they will trust you. Everything that you say, they'll accept it like truth and nothing else. The temptation to have this or that deal, to connect with this or that brand, to review different products that you never used before and you don't have any plans to use it, is going to be huge, especially when they pay you hundreds or thousands of dollars to do it, and not many will be ready to resist it. Believe me, it is hard. You need to take this really seriously, because the decisions that you're making might change the lives of many other people without even noticing it. Or as they suggest, you have to touch with very soft gloves. So what will be the right reason to start with motorcycle trips? Good question, isn't it? Unfortunately, there is no one universal answer. I can tell you why I start traveling with motorcycle, but for you might be different. Just make sure that you don't have one of the 5 reasons that I already told you. Anything else might be alright. So if you remember, I told you that I left the country first time in 1999 and started traveling with motorcycles in 2009, 10 years later. It actually took me 10 years to realize that I can combine both of my hobbies, traveling and motorcycle riding, in one. I have always been a family man with kids and a lot of obligations, like 90% of you. To legalize 2 different hobbies, traveling and motorcycle riding, in front of family court was almost impossible. But when I realized that I can combine them, and bam, bingo! I can travel and ride motorcycle at the same time. How is that even possible? I should have found this earlier. My goal has always been the same, to see the whole world. YouTube and social media came later on this stage, and it was something that I have never planned. Now it helps me to travel even more, to see even more, but this is not a part of my real life, and I'm not going to change the way I live or the way I travel because of it. I hope that you understand. Thank you very much for watching. I hope that this video will help you at least one person to make the right choice. Press like or dislike, whatever the video deserves. If you subscribe, even better. If you want to watch my travel videos, you can do it on my second channel, Motorcycle Adventures Live. Over there, once per week, I upload videos from Magadan at the moment. On my third channel, Motorcycle Adventures Live Stream, I upload pre-edited live streams once per week. All the details will be in the description down below. See you next time. Ciao.